having me move from the People's Democratic Party to the APC, I think it's a jolly good movement, and I'm excited that I have a much greater opportunity to be heard directly by the government, and not for my voice to be heard from a partisan point of view. Because being part and parcel of the ruling party now, whatever advice or contributions I will make will not be looked upon with suspicion. They will now know that I'm saying it from a patriotic point of view, and from the fact that I want things to work better in the country, and I'm eager to contribute my quota towards the success of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. And I think that is the most important part of the movement from the PDP to the APC. And many of you did not have the privilege of hearing from me before I moved. I was interacting with very young children from Pan-African Comprehensive Secondary School in Akwa Ibom, who came to watch the proceedings of the House of Representatives, and they sought to see me. And whilst I was interacting with them, one of the little kids there asked me, "Why did you move from the PDP to the APC?" And I looked at the child and I said, "You will be a politician in future," for asking that question. And I think the question is still very germane. I told the child I moved in the national interest. I saw a kind of slide towards disorder, where many of my colleagues saw defection as a weapon to destabilize the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. And I don't believe that we should bring a government into being without supporting that government to succeed. Because if the administration slides and Nigeria slides into anarchy, it's our children that will suffer. We will not be able to build a better future for our children. So I moved in order to stabilize the polity. And I also moved taking cognizance of the number of appointments this administration has given to children of Akwa Ibom State, and also the kind of programs and activities lined up that will benefit the South people, the Niger Delta. For instance, in 16 years of the administration of PDP in Nigeria, I did not see 1 kilometer of road that was done in my state, in Akwa Ibom State, because every politics is local. And so when this government decided to dualize the road that traverses Akwa Ibom to Calabar, and they have actually started it, I knew there was need to support the government so that can come to fruition. And you can imagine that road was done by Fujiro far back in 1975 and was supposed to be resurfaced 7 years after. But for over 45 years, that road had remained that way. And the result was continuous potholes and continuous cut-off. So without the airport that was constructed and completed by my administration, there is no way Akwa Ibom people would have access even planes to travel from Calabar, because the road is continually a death trap. Accidents occurring on a daily basis and all that. So I want to thank this administration, because not only have they given the contract, the contractor has been mobilized, and as I speak now, work has started on that road. And so it's very personal. I move also to attract dividends of democracy more to my people, and to support a government that has decided to look at the South, not just with rhetorics, but with concrete evidence of action. And so from a national perspective, and also from the local perspective, there was need for me as a leader to support such an administration. Today, Mr. President has pledged to ensure that in the 2019 budget, that the Aba-Ikot-Ibene road that had been forgotten for 45 years is rehabilitated and even dualized. And I want you to know that Aba used to be the capital, the commercial hub of the entire South and Southeast. But because of bad roads, that almost all the industries in Aba and the entrepreneurship had come to an end. And so my people could not access Aba. If you come now and try to move from Ikere Igbine to Aba, it's impossible. And that has existed for over 40 years. So any administration that can make efforts, in fact, when we were in the council chambers, and when the president mentioned that, he had a standing ovation from the stakeholders of my state. And that is why I said that in 2019, it will be very difficult for any political party to penetrate the South-South because of the fact that they've seen an administration that is determined to bring about infrastructural development for the good people of the South-South. He has already pledged also to extend railway from maybe Port Harcourt all the way down to Calabar through Akwa Ibom, something we had never seen before. He has also pledged, and a lot of work is being done to complete the East-West Road that was started by President Obasanjo's administration, and he's also going through the phase 5 of that road, which is extending it from Moron all the way to Calabar. And so some of the things I'm telling you, for some of you who have fantastic roads in your area, who already have the amenities, you will not understand. Some of us will be very excited to see railway in a lifetime in our state, and that can only come from the APC administration. We're very excited to see the completion of the dualization from Ikere Igbine to Calabar. The road is a dead trap, and that is already ongoing through this administration. The promise and the pledge to do the Aba Ikere Igbine road is ongoing. He has also even undertaken to take care of the federal road that starts from Ikorobasi all the way to Abia State, through Wukem. As I speak now, 2 of my local governments, nobody's living there. Schools have closed down, churches have closed down. One of them is Ukanafun, and another one is Etimekbo, because the road that traverses their area is a federal road. The insecurity has taken over that area. Hoodlums live there. Over 25,000 people have been rendered homeless. There is no single school working right now, and there is no single church they're working. So when the federal government says we are going to intervene and we are doing this road for you, I believe that that government should be supported. And so it was easy for me as a leader to move from the PDP to a government that I believe would not only intervene in the federal infrastructure, but will give meaning to what we may call Nigerianness, because our people felt totally disillusioned and marginalized in the past. And look at some of the appointments that we have in my state today. I'm not afraid to say it, that under the PDP, even when I was a governor, we couldn't even have a personal assistant from Akwa Ibom State in the presidency, not even a special assistant, despite my massive support for the administration of the then PDP in Nigeria. But today, you can see we have a Minister of Budget and National Planning. We even have a special, a senior special assistant in charge of Senate matters, and a lot of others, managing director of NDDC, managing director of oil and gas, and all sorts. So I believe that to whom much is given, much is expected. There is no way this government can recognize my people and do all the things for my people, and I, as a leader, would not see the need to support that government. So for some of you who may not understand, I want to repeat myself. I move in the national interest because every politics is local. I believe it's important for us to stabilize Nigeria before we start thinking of election. I believe it's important for the federal government to be supported to succeed. If we go out there through prayers and actions to make the president to feel, we are indirectly saying that we don't want to bequeath a better country to future generations. Nigeria should be like a building block. If you go to London and you see Terminal 5, Terminal 5 was built for 25 years. That means Prime Minister after Prime Minister had to add its own effort. But here in Nigeria, what happens? We have thousands of abandoned projects because administrations do not build on what others had left behind. And because the citizens do not see the need to support government, there's a time for election and there's a time for action. And that's the simple truth about it. When government is about to work, allow the government to work. Support the government to work, irrespective of political affiliation. And that is why I moved from the PDP to the APC, to make sure that this government works before election. It shouldn't be all about election. It should be first about Nigeria. Let others also move in national interest. And I didn't just move like that. I was a leader in the Senate. I resigned my position in order to show that, yes, indeed, I meant business. and indeed I move in the national interest. Let others who also have positions in the Senate, who wish to also cross carpet from one political party to the other, also resign their positions and take a cue from what Godswill Akpabio did. I think that answers your question about what I said in the Senate today. There is need for us to restructure the Senate. I'm sure you know that. There is need for us to have seats. It is not there. Behind where I sat today is my very good friend, distinguished Senator Shitu. It was after the little noise in the Senate that he told me that he's now in the PDP. And I said, so why are you sitting here? So don't you think there's need for us to restructure the Senate so that PDP will sit on the side, ABGA will sit where they should sit, and then the ruling party, which still forms the majority in the Senate, will sit where they should sit, and then the leadership is restructured in a way that the majority can have their way, while minorities will have their say. That is the practice all over modern democracies. You can't have a political party with 10 members and another one with 80 members, and the 10 members will now produce a leadership. Does it happen anywhere in the world? Nigeria is not different. We are running a democracy. That was what I meant when I said that I will speak when the Senate is well restructured and well reconstituted.